What is up, guys? This is Silver Warrior here, and today I'm going to be discussing if you should open up your own silver IRA. And if you don't know exactly, what a silver IRA is, if you're kind of new to silver investing, basically an IRA with anything is, a typical IRA is where you take paper assets such as, stocks and just physical currency, and then you have someone else basically who this goes to, and then they store it for you, and it's kind of just like a way to protect your wealth. Now, silver IRAs work basically the same, except instead of having intangible assets in them, they have tangible ones. Which not just silver, of course. You can put silver, gold, platinum, and palladium in them. And there's probably other metals as well, but I think that those are the most generally accepted ones. And the way it works, basically, what you're going to do is you'll purchase silver for your IRA, through, it has to be certain, like, approved silver. Like, the few rules are silver, or any metal, has to be bullion, and they has to also be from, if it's going to be bars, it has to be through approved mints and refiners, and if it's going to be coins, it has to be certain approved coins, like, you're talking about like government issue ones, like American Silver Eagles, for example. Those are obviously an approved coin. And the other problem, the other stipulation is that I couldn't take this silver right here and put it into an IRA because I already own it and it's not in an existing IRA. You have to open up the IRA before you start putting silver into it, right? Because otherwise you're not going to be able to do that. And also, you can't hold the silver on hand. Someone else holds the silver for you. It's usually held in like a metals depository. And so you're not going to have the silver physically right there in front of you. But it is physical wealth still being, protecting you. So is it really worth it, though, to open one up? Couldn't you just own physical silver bullion? Do you really need to open up an IRA? Now, certainly, one good thing I think about these is that it's very easy to roll over a 401k or 403b into an IRA. So if you wanted to, liquidate your 401k, you wanted to, or at least part of it, and put it into silver, this would be an easy way to do it. You could, instead of trying to get paper, currency for it, and then go and buy the silver yourself, it would be a lot easier because it's just kind of like, alright, you're rolling over right into silver or whatever metal you desire. So it is a little bit easier. And also, another good thing about it is that if you already own IRAs, you can, like let's say you own like an IRA with cash in it, you want to use part of that for silver, again, you could roll it over. So that is one of the benefits of it. And another one is that, and this could be seen as a benefit or a downfall, but the fact that you can't store the silver, which would bother me personally, but certain people don't exactly have the most secure conditions. Like, let's say you're someone who lives in a bad area, people get robbed often around there, like houses are getting broken into and stuff, and you still want to invest in silver and try to create a better life for yourself. Well, this could be one way to do it. Now, if you are living in an area like this, I understand chances are you don't have an insane amount of money to be throwing into silver or anything like that, but maybe it would be something to consider. If you could save up for it, you could, have someone else store the silver for you, and you don't have to have an insane amount of silver in the IRA either. There's a limit as to how much you can put in, which is another stipulation with it as well, is you can only do, I believe, $5,500 per year, and then if you're age 50 or older, you can do $6,500 per year in precious metals in your IRA. So it's not like, you can be like putting in $100,000 in metals if you wanted to. It's not the way it works, unfortunately, but I think you can just open up multiple IRAs to bypass that anyway. But but there is no limit as to how little of an amount you can have in there. So if you wanted to, you could only have a few ounces of silver in there and just have it stored somewhere else just to keep it safe. Now, of course, opening up this IRA is not, perfect. I mean, there's obviously reasons why you shouldn't do it. Like, for me, I do like to have my silver personally on hand, and I also like to be able to own whatever silver I want. If I wanted to buy poured silver, let's say, I did want to, I I don't want to have to worry that, oh yeah, no, sorry, they're not an approved refiner, you can't put that in your IRA. So the fact that you can't use all silver kind of would be a downfall for me. And another thing is that you can't put in high premium coins or anything like that, or anything that's not pure silver. You can't even put in junk silver, it has to be bullion. So there is kind of some limits on it, and it doesn't recognize premiums or anything like that. It only recognizes just, bullion, which maybe, I understand that, because it is an IRA. It's supposed to be protecting your wealth through assets as opposed to being it through collectibles. So I can understand that, but at the same time, I do want to own some coins as well to diversify. You can't very well diversify your IRAs if all you can own is bullion silver in them. But at the end of the day, really, I mean, I wouldn't recommend owning an IRA to everyone, and I think it's kind of more of a personal thing, honestly. I think it's circumstantial as to whether or not you should own a silver IRA. Like, if you do already have other assets that you want to put into silver, then maybe opening up one would be very beneficial for you. But if, you're just buying silver every week with your paycheck and you don't really have many plans for the future, then maybe opening up an IRA would not be the best idea. And in an economic collapse, who's really going to have your silver, right? You don't have your silver on hand. So, if you are prepping for the future, as in, economy collapsing, government going down, then your silver is with someone else, not with you, and that's going to be a big problem. It'd be like, having a gun, but someone else is holding it for you. That's not going to serve you much purpose if, you're trying to use it, and someone else, the gun's 2,000 miles away, right? I mean, you're basically going to be screwed. You're never going to see the silver physically, so maybe it's not the best thing then. But if you are just somebody who doesn't really believe in any economic collapse, which, many people don't, but you still want to invest in silver, then maybe opening up one could be for you. But I do hope that you enjoyed the video, and I do hope it helps you out. That is it for this one. Peace, love, and much respect.